We eat carbohydrates not for fuel, but for relaxation. The human brain needs to relax every 20 minutes, and it does so by releasing happy hormones called endorphins. Anything that is an endorphin activator is something we get addicted to easily and use it constantly to relax. Some common examples of an endorphin activator are smoking, alcohol, drugs, but the most common thing that we use, which is legal, acceptable, and readily available, is carbohydrates. We eat carbohydrates not for nourishment, but for endorphins. That is why it is important to have a replacement tool in place of our emotional needs, especially when we're trying to take our best friend, aka carbohydrates, away in an effort to improve our diabetes. I would strongly encourage you to use the journal feature and answer the questions that are in the journal. So first, ask yourself, at what time of the day do I miss my carbohydrates the most? Does this time coincide with an emotional need to relax and thus release endorphins? Is it right around 4 o'clock as I'm getting ready to leave my work? Is it before an important meeting? Is it at a time when I am bored, stressed, nervous, anxious, or sad? What are the circumstances around this time that led me to eat carbohydrates in an effort to relax and de-stress? Then ask yourself, what are some non-carbohydrate tools I can use in place of carbohydrates? And write down 3 or more things you can do in place of carbs. Examples include listening to some calming and soothing music, doing puzzles or crosswords, calling a friend, going for a walk, doing a mini meditation, or taking deep breaths. Whatever it is, make sure you have those resources in place in that environment when you have the need to use these in the place of carbohydrates. Next, list the carbohydrates that currently reside in your pantry, refrigerator, freezer, desk, or car that you resort to during these circumstances. And write down when and how you plan on getting rid of them. Set yourself up for success by cleaning your environment. Make it so that a bad habit is absolutely impossible. Next, take the time to analyze and own your mistakes. Everybody fails. Everybody makes mistakes. Realize that there is no perfection to diabetes. There is no perfection to life. So use a mistake to learn from it and gain valuable insight for the future. Analyze the situation by asking the following questions and write down the answers in your journal. What were the circumstances that led me to eat more carbohydrates? How did I get myself into a position that I made that mistake? What was the overwhelming emotional issue? Was I sad, angry, stressed, bored, anxious? What was the proximity of me to the carbohydrate, and where did that carbohydrate come from? Especially if I have gone through the efforts of cleaning out my environment. Next time I'm in the same situation, what are some tricks or tools I can use to make it different? Doing this exercise will help you be more prepared to deal with a stressful or a bored situation in a more effective manner and not resort to carbohydrates and thereby jeopardize your glucose. Finally, I want you to truly thank yourself for taking the time to answer these difficult but extremely important issues and for coming up with an effective plan for the future.